Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dorothy, and in today's video we'll be making this beautiful Bubu dress. This dress can be styled in 4 different ways, but in this video I only styled it in 3 different ways, which you can all see. For the 4th one, you can just draw your drawstring and untie the waist rope, and voila, you are good to go. Okay, if you're coming across this channel for the first time and this video is something you're interested in, please like this video, and this will make the algorithm to push this video further to more people who might be interested as well. And also do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you in advance. To my existing subscriber, thank you for the love and support. I really appreciate. Now let's get started. I'll be using this beautiful silk fabric for the tutorial. So next on, I went on to fold my fabric into 4. I folded this fabric into 4 because I will be cutting the front and the back pattern together, as you can see. So next on, I will use my ruler to roll about 1/2 inch line. From this 1/2 inch line that I am marking, that is going to be my starting point, and that is where all my measurements will be taken from. So from that starting line, I went on to mark my shoulder measurement. This is totally optional. You can choose not to put your shoulder measurement, okay? From my starting line, I went on to mark 3 inches for the width and 1.5 inches for the depth for my back piece. But for my front piece, I will be using 3 inches for the width and about 7 inches for the depth of my front piece. That is my neckline measurement. Then I went on to use my chalk to draw out my neckline. For my back, it's going to be the normal round neckline, while for my front it's going to be a V neckline. So as I can see, I just used my ruler to draw my V neckline. From the point you see me pointing, I will come down there by 2 inches. Then I will use my ruler to connect from that point to my neckline, and that will serve as my shoulder slope. And that is why I say your shoulder measurement is totally optional. From the point I marked 2 inches for my shoulder slope, I went on and marked 9 inches. You can mark 10 or 11 inches depending on your size. Then from that point, I came in and marked 2 inches for my armhole curve. Then I went on to use my chalk to curve out my armhole like this. From my shoulder line, I'll just go ahead and place my tape rule there and measure about 40 inches. The length of the dress that I'm working on is 50 inches, but from that 40 inches, that is where I am going to put my hip measurements there. So I will use my ruler and connect the line straight like this. Then I will go ahead and divide my hip measurements by 4. My hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10. I went on to mark the 10 inches. Then I will be adding 5 extra inches allowance for it. It is a Bubu dress and it needs to be free at the hip area. So I went on to use my chalk to just curve out this drawing, as you can see me doing like this. This is because of the effect on the cowl on the side of the Bubu. You can go ahead to make a straight line if that is what you want, but because of the cowl effect, I went on to just make this curvy drawing that up to my armhole. To take the full measurement of the dress, I just went on to fold my fabric in like this. Then from the point I mark my 40 inches, I'll place my tape rule there and mark 10 inches extra. That will be the full length of the dress. The full length I am working with is 50 inches, like I said earlier. After taking the full length of the dress, I'll just use my ruler to connect the line like so. Then from the point I mark 40 inches, I'll just go ahead and roll a straight line. And that is all for the drafting. So right now I'll just go ahead and cut. For the neckline, remember we folded our fabric into 4. That is, we are drafting both the back and the front piece together. So what I am going to do, I will go ahead and cut the neckline for the back. Then later on I can go ahead and alter or cut the neckline for the front. Now to cut the front neckline, I'll just go ahead and remove the back pieces from the fabric. Then I'll arrange my front pieces very well. Then I'll use my scissors to cut out the neckline. Okay, the front dress or the front piece is going to have a facing, so I just folded this scrap fabric from the dress. Then I'll go ahead and place my front neckline on this scrap fabric. Then I'll use my office pin to pin it down. Then I'll cut it out. After I am done cutting out my neckline, I just went on to remove my pins from the interfacing. Then I trim off rough edges. So for the wideness of the interfacing, I didn't have any actual measurements. I just used my free hand to just, connect the line and curve it out. Then I went on to cut. So guys, this is the interfacing that I will be using to turn the neckline of my front piece. But before then, I will go on to iron hairstay on it. So I just spread my front piece. Then this is my interfacing and I've already iron hairstay to it. So I'll go ahead and place my interfacing on the neckline of my front piece like this. As you can see me, you can go ahead after you might have arranged it properly, you can go ahead and pin it down. But for me, I'll just take it to the sewing machine and just sew the neckline, as you can see me directing like this. Okay guys, I am done sewing my interfacing to the neckline of my front piece. So as you can see, I went on to notch the neckline. This will enable the neckline to sit properly when I turn the interfacing to the wrong face. Then I will take it to the ironing table and iron it properly. You can see how neat and how clean our V neckline is after I am done ironing. Right on, we are going to face the rope casing. That is the drawstring effect in front of the Bubu dress, as you see on the thumbnail. So what I did off camera was that I went on to cut this rope about 2.5 inches wide, while the length is about 48 inches. Then I used my pressing iron and iron 1/2 inch in. That is on the both side of the rope in form of a bias. I'm sure you must have seen a bias tape before. So I went on to iron that in. The remaining 1 inches or 1.5 inches, I'll go ahead and divide it and sew about 3 lines, as you can see me doing like this. So right away, I'll just go ahead and pin this down. Then I'll go and sew on the side, on the 2 sides. Then I'll sew on the middle to divide the 2 lines. I'm sure when I'm done with it, I will show you properly for you to see. For my back piece, I went on to use my bias tape to turn the neckline. I have cut the inner rope for the waist of the dress. This rope is about 1.5 inches wide and 18 inches long, so I just went on to sew it. And also I have cut the rope for the drawstring. So guys, I am done sewing my rope casing, and as you can see, it's a 3-line sewing, 2 on the side and 1 in the middle. So right on, we are going to measure how we are going to place our inner rope for the tying of the waist. So for my shoulder line, I went on to mark my waist measurement. Then I'll use my ruler to connect it like so. So I divided my waist measurement by 4. Then I placed quarter of my waist measurement from the midpoint, as you can see me doing. Then I'll go ahead and use my rope and place it there. Then I'll use my pin to tack it down like this, and I will also do the same thing for the other side. I'll place my rope, then I'll use my office pin to tack it down. Then I'll take it to the sewing machine and just run a stitch. Okay guys, as you can see, I am done running the stitch. So right now I'll just go ahead and arrange my fabric right side facing each other for the back and the front piece. I make sure that I arrange everything properly. I arrange my shoulder line properly and the sides of my dress properly. Then I'll take it to the sewing machine and first of all go and join the shoulder line. Then I'll go and join the side of my dress. As you can see, I am done joining the side of my dress from the armhole down to the length of the dress. So right away, I'll just go ahead and hem the length of the dress, as you can see. Then I'll also do the same thing for the sleeve. I will hem my sleeve. Next on, I'll go ahead and use my office pin to pass my rope through the casing. Okay guys, the Bubu dress is ready. I use my office pin to pass my rope through the rope casing. For the front neck interfacing, I folded it and sew it. Then I use my helmet gum to iron it down. This will help it stay glue on the neckline. This is very beautiful. If you have not liked this video yet, please like this video. Is this tutorial helpful and is it something you would like to try? Just comment. I will definitely try this out, okay? And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, turn on the notification bell to get notified when I drop new video every week. Bye guys, see you on my next one.